Welcome to More Seated Pilates. I thought we should do some hip and leg work this week. So you'll need a few things. You'll need a cushion. Also, I'm assuming no one's got any Pilates equipment, so you need something stretchy. A couple of pairs of fixed heights would do. A pair of leggings would do. Unless you have a Pilates band from somewhere or physiotherapy band, that would work as well. So, the other thing is a ball, some sort of ball, or rolling pin, golf ball, whatever, just to give our feet a massage. So we're going to do that to start with. We loosen up the feet. That's going to help us to wake up the legs and the hips. Okay, so I'm going to take the ball. You can do this sat down. I'm just going to move so you can see my feet, really. And you're going to put as much weight into the ball or the rolling pin, depending on what you've got, as possible. I've mentioned before, loads and loads of joints in the feet that are designed to be moved. And the amount of mobility in the feet is there because we need it to help us with our balance, to make to go over different surfaces and make make small changes. Switch feet. Have a lot of low bending in our feet as we do with our hands. So if our feet are getting really stiff, we're not going to be able to make use of them. Okay, so foot lecture over. Once you've finished that second foot, massaging it, waking it up, we're going to sit down if you're not ready. And we're going to start a little bit more, loosening up, waking up at the feet. So you're going to be sat on your chest in a position that you get your feet on the floor. You're going to start lifting the heels and putting them down. So nice and easy. Get as much movement there as you can. Keep going while I play that with my camera a little bit more. Up and down, that's better. Up and down, up and down. Okay, so waking up the calf muscles. Now we're going to start waking up the muscles in the fronts of the legs. So we're going to lift the balls of the feet. That's a little bit harder to get that movement. Still an important one. Okay, now we're going to alternate. So a little bit of brain waking up as well. Lifting the ball of one foot, the heel of the other. So it looks like this. Good exercise for anyone who gets swelling around the ankles when it gets hot. Okay. And then we're going to move on to loosening up the hips. So we're going to take hold of one leg and bring it up if you can. If you need to hold onto the chair, you're just going to do it with one arm. But ideally, you're going to use two, so we can let the leg relax a little bit and take the weight of it with our arms. So your arms are going to be working, but as you circle your leg around, you're going to try and keep your leg fairly passive. So we're going to go one direction, a few times, and then we're going to go in the other direction a few times. And then you can put that leg down, pick up the other one, see if you can get that leg lifted, and then holding with both hands while your leg is fairly relaxed. Doesn't matter how big the circles are, just doing what you can. In the other direction. Lots of areas in the body, lymph nodes, Now, the only way our lymph gets stimulated to move, to carry the white blood cells around our body is through movement or through massage. So it's really important that we don't get too stuck in our bodies. We keep stimulating all these areas. Right, we're going to use the cushion first. You have the stretchy thing, the tight knees, and we're going to put the cushion between your knees. Sitting up nice and tall now. Let's pop your hands, so you've got your fingertips just inside your hip bones at the front there. Either side, not see with the towel, either side of your belly button. I'm going to sit nice and tall, so that means you want your chest bone lifted and your chin down a little bit, as opposed to your chest down and your chin up. Chest bone up, chin down. And we're going to start with a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to be squeezing the cushion between your knees. As you breathe in, you're going to let it go, you're going to ease off. Blow the air out. Long exhale as you squeeze. Inhale to ease off. The reason we're exhaling as we squeeze is because I want you to also connect up your core muscles. So keep going with the legs. Now as you squeeze, I want you to imagine you're trying to draw your hip bones in towards you. Now you can't do that if it's just what you're imagining, because you're not going to move your spine at all. And as you draw your hip bones in, perhaps think of drawing your belly button in as well. Just try and get some activity underneath your fingertips. If you can't feel it tightening when you imagine drawing your hip bones in, try also drawing your belly button in. And we don't just want the front of the body working. So can you also imagine drawing your tailbone in at the back? Now this is all very subtle, but then they are very deep muscles, so you're not going to feel a burn with those core muscles. So keep going. Now as you're squeezing the cushion, hip bones, belly button, tailbone in, to become more compact. Inhale, let go. Exhale, tailbone in, hip bones in, belly button in. Inhale, let go. The more you practice the drawing in of your core, the more obvious it will seem. Let's just do two more, because I'm starting to get tired at the end of those. Exhale, tailbone, hip bones, belly button. Last one. Okay, now you're going to take the cushion away and work the opposing muscles. We've worked our adductors, now we're going to work the abductors. We're going to work both. So you're going to tie your tights or your leggings tight around your knees. So you want your knees together when you're tying them. You're going to sit on the edge of your chair and you're going to separate your knees. Now we're going to push outwards and then bring them back. Posture is important here as well, because it's going to change the position your pelvis in, is going to affect the muscles that are working around the hips. So let's keep our good posture. We're pushing out into the knees and then we're letting go. Now with this one, instead of thinking about your core, I want you to think about your gluteal muscles, your buttock muscles. So I want you to think that as you push the band out with your knees, you're going to try and pinch your sitting bones together. Again, we're not going to change the lower back, so pinching the sitting bones as you push the knees out. Quite subtle, but it will help us. I mean, the pinching of the sitting bones might feel quite subtle, but it will help to wake up your glute muscles. Sitting bones pinch, knees out. Okay. Good. Keep going. Pushing out with the knees, pinching the sitting bones. Pushing out with the knees, pinching the sitting bones. Okay, now I want you to keep the knees pushed just to hip width, with our knees and feet both in a line. You're going to wriggle so you're on the edge of your seat. So you're going to not go out and in, but you're going to keep that outward pressure now all the time. Keep the knees where they are, and start as you squeeze your sitting bones together to push down with the heels. So you're going to actually be squeezing the sitting bones and picking the hips just off the floor, leaning forward just off the floor. Very tempting as you do that for some of you to bring your knees in, so don't let them come in. Sitting bones squeeze, pushing through the heels, but do just off the floor. Now, if you feel a bit vulnerable taking the weight off the chair, you can hold on to the chair, or if you need a bit of extra help. So it's helpful if your chair isn't on a slippery surface. You might even want to add in coming all the way up and then finding the chair to sit down. Coming up, finding the chair to sit down. Lean forward, push through the heels, lean forward, slowly down. The more push through the heels, the more resistance you have on the way down, the better. Lean forward, push through the heels, find the chair, go down. Just a couple more. Are your knees still away from each other? Really important. Okay, so now, I've got my feet too tight. Let's take it away. Let's undo this. And we're going to bring the feet into, what do you call this really? This position. You've got your heels off the floor, but you want your heels together. So you're in a raised position with your heels. I'm perched on quite near the edge of the seat, and I'm going to start pushing the knees back. So as I push the knees back, I'm again trying to squeeze my sitting bones. Squeeze my sitting bones. As a general rule, because we sit down a fair bit, most of us do anyway, we tend to be a little bit weak in the buttock muscles, a little bit tight around here, so it doesn't hurt to do a bit more to exercise the glutes. They're very important in supporting the alignment of the legs, so the knees are important in supporting your lower back. But perhaps every time you sit down, when you're watching telly in the evening, you could do a few of these, just squeezes of the sitting bones to wake up the glutes. Do a couple more of these, pushing out, still squeezing the sitting bones each time. And then let's relax. Okay, we'll finish with 2 stretches. Or shall we do a bit more? No, we'll stop there. I get carried away, and it's no longer a short session. We'll finish with hip flexor stretches and glute stretches. So as I was saying, a lot of people get quite tight in the front of the hips from all the sitting. We're going to put the right buttock on the chair. I'm going to hold on to the chair with the right hand, and then we're going to take that left foot back. So my left buttock isn't on the chair. My left foot's going back behind me so that I can stretch out the front. So we're in a lunge position really, but we're using the chair. If you're very tight in your big toe joint, that left big toe joint, that might be a challenge. You might need to put your foot like that. But if you can bear it, the stretch is usually good for the big toe as well. So wriggle that foot back. We're going to put our tummy muscles in. We're going to reach the left arm up and just hold this stretch. If you've been doing my classes, you'll know I like to stretch a lot. You'll feel a stretch anywhere from down there all the way up here, whichever part is tighter. I'll just take a few breaths there to open up the front of the hips. Okay, and then come out of it, bring the left leg forward, walk yourself round to the other side. Now we've got the left buttock on the chair, the left hand holding the back of the chair, the right foot's going to go back. The right buttock is not on the chair. We'll draw the tummy muscles in, and then reach that right arm upwards, maybe over towards the chair a little bit. just hold the stretch there. If you haven't got a stretcher there, you might want to take your right leg a bit further back and maybe try and tuck under a bit more. And just going to come slowly out of it. Back round and do one more stretch where we lift the right leg and try and cross that right ankle onto the left knee if you can. And then sit tall. And you'll probably feel a stretch in the right buttock straight away. If you want to increase it, you might be able to lean forward a little bit and even push down a bit with your right arm onto the inside of that right leg. And hold it there. So you don't hold your breath when you're stretching. And to convince your body that you're as relaxed as possible, so those muscles can let go. Okay? Last thing, left ankle on the right knee, sitting up tall. If you can, you might not need to sit up tall to get a strong stretch. You might not be able to sit up tall. But if you can, you're sitting up tall and maybe even leaning forward and maybe even pushing down with your left arm into the inside of the left leg. So if you would like to do more of these workouts, they're all under Little Pilates on YouTube. There are all different ones, and more focused on the feet, more focused on the shoulders, more focused on the spine. You can play them back to back if you'd like a whole body workout. Please share them with anyone you